Oh, look at that. You see smoke? Oh, look at that. Hello, welcome to Scratch 3D Printing. In this video, I got Micro Swiss Hotend for the Elegoo Centauri 3D printer. Let's scratch to this product. I bought two, one for the Kobra S1 and one for the Elegoo. If you haven't seen this video, I will leave a link down below. But for today, let's take a look at Elegoo Centauri Carbon. I'll leave a link down below for Micro Swiss Hotend. And thank you so much to Micro Swiss for providing a code for you guys. I reached out to Micro Swiss team, asked for a coupon so that you guys can get the best deal possible if you buy Micro Swiss products. Right here is the code SCRATCH10 to get 10% off everything from your purchase, which is amazing. Right here you can see all the features that comes with this Hotend. It is leak proof, cold nozzle change, high flow, all metal design, and for the Elegoo Centauri 3D printer, it can go up to 300C. It also comes with a Micro Swiss sticker right here. This sticker right here is Micro Swiss old sticker. I got this when I bought the Hotend for the K1 Max, and this is the new one. Which one do you guys like better? It's like hospital plus sign, and it's fixing the Hotend to make it better. Let's unbox this, put it to the 3D printer, and we will do some testing. Oh, look at that. Have an instruction manual. You can get more nozzle. And look at this. This is the Hotend for Elegoo. And look at that. They have Flowtech written in this. That is so cool. Okay, let's take a look at this. Look at that. It has two wires, one for heating and one for the thermistor. It looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's what the inside looks like. This is a 0.4mm nozzle. It's a very small, compact design. And right here is the instruction for you how to take off the nozzle and install the new one onto the 3D printer. I really like how they take the picture for the specific 3D printers that they made the Hotend to, which is really cool. But enough with this. Let's install this Hotend to the Elegoo Centauri Carbon 3D printer. First thing you want to do is to unload any filament that you have in the extruder. Okay, so once you unload the filament, you want to turn off your 3D printer. And you also want the bed to be lower a little bit so that you have room to work with. First thing we need to do is take off this, which is hold on by magnets, so it's very easy to do. Just pull it off and disconnect this wire right here. I did not realize this, but for whatever reason, doesn't this look kind of crooked to you? Next, we need to remove those two screws. And for that, we're going to be using 2.5 Allen wrench. Go ahead and remove the two screws. Oh, and one more thing, be very careful because you don't want anything to fall here. It has a hole down there. So if a screw falls, roll in there, you're pretty much out of luck. Now we can pull this out a little bit. We can take out the screws. You see the filaments in there. And now we want to disconnect the heater and the thermistor. I'm going to use a tweezer. Don't want to rip the wire. Okay, there we go. Got that disconnected. Now that I got this disconnected, I'm going to compare it to Micro Swiss Hotend. Okay, I got the silicone off from this Hotend. And first time I took this ring here, or I took this outer piece here. I took it off with a silicone and just put it back. Right here are side-by-side comparison for these two Hotend. So for Elegoo, it's locked in there and it has a thermistor right here. For Micro Swiss, it has a heater connector right there and then. And it's wired here together, which is a little bit convenient. But for whatever reason, these wires are so long. Since the connector is just right there, I'm not sure why they made the wire this long. Since these are very short wire and it works fine. We can see that on the Micro Swiss heatsink, it's so much thicker than the ones on Elegoo. Let's take a look at it from this side. The design is a little bit different. It's a lot bigger and thicker on Micro Swiss Hotend. Yeah, but pretty much it is very similar design. And the nozzle difference here is wild. Just look at that. I think this is the reason why they are able to achieve high flow. The nozzle here, the nozzle on the Elegoo, it's very small. Enough comparison, let's just put it back to the 3D printer and then we will do some print tests. Putting back, it's very simple. Just connect the wire here and then we will just plug in these two screws and we are basically done. There we go. But like I said, it's so long. The filament is coming out from the middle. So make sure that the hole here is towards the middle. Make sure it's tight. Okay, let's just tuck the wire on the left hand side here. Something like that, I guess. There we go. Now that we have that, we need to put on the silicone. Oh, this is interesting. Look at this. Usually, these two screws are supposed to face this way. but it's facing that way. Now we need to put the silicone kind of twisted 90 degree. And now we just need to connect the fan wire right here. Put this back, magnetic, and we are finished installing Micro Swiss Hotend for Elegoo 3D printer. Let's turn on and test to see if it's gonna work. It's heating up pretty fast, look at that. Don't touch the nozzle, okay? Okay, it's very hot now. Now I'm gonna do an extrusion. I like on the Elegoo how you can just extrude. That is very convenient. Let's just extrude. I can smell the nozzle heating up right now, which is typical for a brand new Hotend and brand new nozzle. Keep hitting extrusion until it comes out. Ooh, look at that, you see smoke? Click extrusion one more time. Why is it smoking? Why is it smoking? Smelled a little burnt. The filament has absorbed so much moisture that it's smoking like this. It's like water evaporating. As you can see there, it's coming out very smoothly. Look at that, it's coming out very nicely. Unfortunately, there's no lighting in here, so we can't see that well. Now that it's working, let's go and print something. So after every nozzle change or Hotend swap like this, you want to go to calibration. You want to do leveling and PETG tuning, or you can just click this button right here, one click self-check. Then I'm gonna do a PETG tuning and an automatic leveling. Let's click start and let the 3D printer do its thing. Right now I'm doing the max volumetric flow test to see if the Micro Swiss nozzle will hit 50 maximum flow speed. Okay, now the real flow test starts to begin. It's gonna go from 20 all the way to 50. Wow, that was so fast. The prime light here is also really good. It's not sticking to the bed anymore. It flows out very nicely and I can take off very easily, which is amazing. I have been playing with Micro Swiss Hotend for the Elegoo Centauri 3D printer, and it impressed me a lot, just like how the ones for the Anycubic Kobra S1 impressed me. Before I get to any printing and stuff like that, I just want to mention that earlier I say that the wires on the Micro Swiss Hotend was way too long. Well, it was just perfect, to be honest. I tried putting this one back in to do a couple more printing for testing, and it was super difficult to put in the small wire because this was so short and I barely have any room to put this in there. I gotta use a small tweezer and that was still difficult. So for Micro Swiss making the wire longer, it actually helped a lot while installing the Hotend. It was super easy. You have so much room to plug this in and it was very simple to do it. I believe swapping the Hotend and nozzle for Elegoo is gonna take less than 1 minute. It only takes 2 screws and 2 wires to unplug and plug it back in. But enough of that, I'll show you the print that I have done with the original Hotend and Micro Swiss Hotend to see the difference. Okay, so let's start with Elegoo first. So I wrote it here, Elegoo 250C, 50 millimeters square per second, and this is PETG right here, and this was the result. So you can see it printed really well for a couple first layers there, and then once it starts to get like right there, it starts printing kind of bad or just kind of under extrude. I'll take a ruler here and measure where it starts going bad. I can see that it's right in this layer, so we're gonna measure this. So that's about 6 millimeter. We can see that it's at right here, it's about 6 millimeter. And now this one is Micro Swiss Hotend 250C. Basically these are the exact same file, and look at this. I was quite impressed with this one since it printed all the way to the top and it barely just started to have this bad extrusion right here, which is quite impressive for me. But if we look further in the back, right about there, it starts to have problem and it's kind of consistent throughout the whole thing. If we take a look at the back here, let's measure from the back. So it goes all the way to about 14 millimeter and then it starts going bad right there, which is quite impressive in my opinion. It did a lot better than Anycubic Kobra S1 nozzle, but it's a different 3D printer, has different extruder, so the results is a little bit different. This one is the exact same file, I just bumped the temperature to 250C. This one is Elegoo, and as you can see right there, it starts going bad near the top here, which is really impressive in my opinion. But we can also see that right here, right there, it did not fully extrude. And it is consistent throughout the whole back here. Let's measure from the back again this time. So it's about 11 for the back, and this side, yes, this side's a little bit higher. It's like 12, 13. Let's just call it 11 since it did under extrude right here. This one is the exact same file. Temperature bump up to 270C. This is Micro Swiss, and as you can see right here, it printed just perfect. This one just printed so perfectly. It is so consistent. So this one basically it just passed the whole 50 millimeter cubed per second max volumetric flow speed, which is very impressive. Let's go back to this one. This is Elegoo 250C, so it's about 7. So this is Elegoo slicer, and if we go here onto the right hand side here, let's scroll down to about 7 millimeter, which is, we'll call it 6.92. That's about a 32 flow, so that is still really good. Okay, now let's take a look at the 270C, which it went all the way up to about 13. Once again, if we go to the right hand side here, about 13, right there, 13 millimeter, and take a look at the flow here. It went about 44 flow, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. That is really good. But then this one is Micro Swiss 250C, and as you can see here, the 250C did so much better than the 270C on the Elegoo. It starts to go bad right there, but for Micro Swiss, it just starts to go bad at the very top of this print, which is quite impressive. So that is basically about 49 or 48 millimeter cube per second flow for Micro Swiss PETG at 250C. And then, so I did another test for PLA since the last time I did not do that. So this time I decided to do it. This is Elegoo 220C PLA, and it's still at 50 flow. As you can see here, it is quite different from PETG. It starts to go back about 11-ish, or if we count the low, it's about 9. So it starts to go back about 9. And from the picture at about 9, it's about 37. And then I was so surprised by this. This is Micro Swiss 220 PLA, and it did not print that well. I have no idea why here. Let's take a look at this. 12, it starts to print about 12, but if we compare both of them, Micro Swiss one looks so much worse than Elegoo one. I just not quite sure what happened here. It's the same filament, and yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened. I did another one. I bumped it up to 240C for Elegoo, and this is the result. It's about 11 where it starts to go bad. So 11 is about 40 flow, and that's when it starts to go bad for Elegoo one. But then I tested with Micro Swiss again, and look at this, it's just perfect. I have no idea what happened to the 221, but so I found the sweet spot. PLA at 240 with 50C to the bed and 50 flow, it's just perfect. Look at this. You can't even see the flaws. It still looks like it can go way more than this, which is very impressive to me. Oh, and one more thing, a couple of you asked, how do I get this model? So what you want to do is go to the Prepare tab, click Calibration, go to More, Max Flow Rate, and then you can edit here. I decided to do one more test right here and now. I'm gonna increase the max volume to 80 and then the start volume at 50 since I know that PETG with Micro Swiss Hotend can do 50. I'm gonna start at 50, go all the way to 80, and each steps of the way it's gonna increase by 2. So that's how you get this model. You just click OK. And do you want to save this project? Most likely I just say no. And right here is very important. Do you want to save this? Always click discard, or if you are working on a project, you want to save everything first and then do this. But every single time you see this one, I just click discard, and then it will just automatically set up everything for you. You don't have to do anything else. If you see right here, it has added my process here, and it also has added my filament. So you don't need to change anything. You don't have to revert anything. If you do, it's gonna mess things up. But what you can do is you can edit stuff. So you can edit like the nozzle temperature, the bed temperature and stuff like that. If you want, you can also change the flow and stuff like that. But do not change anything that it has auto updated for you with the filament, the cooling. Don't change anything. You just have this model, and once you click slice, it will turn into that beautiful model that I have been printing for many times now, and then it will just do its thing. Up here, you will see your flow, it goes to 98, but I feel like that's just a fluke, because even if we go to the highest setting right here, and we look at the flow down here, it's just maxed at about 78 or 80. And that is how you get this model for your print test. This is Micro Swiss 270C 50 to 80 max volumetric flow, and let's measure this. So let's see where it starts to go bad. So right there, that's where it starts to go bad at about 6 millimeters. Don't you guys agree? 5.5 or 6 millimeters right there. That's where it starts to go bad, and it is pretty consistent throughout the whole thing. So that's where we're going to be measuring. Yep, right here, it's about 6 or 5.5. Now let's take a look at this. So let's go down to about 6 millimeter, or we can do 5.64, which is about half of it. And look at this, it can do about 59 flow, which is crazy considered they only advertise for 50. It can do 60, no problem. But once it gets to about 60, it just kind of start to fall off. So maybe the maximum is about 56, something like that, which is still pretty amazing in my opinion. Printing this 3D model, and that is printing at 250 millimeters per second for the first layer. And then the rest is gonna be 600 millimeters per second with 50 flow speed. And I am hearing something that's scratching, but I'm not sure what it is. Can you guys hear that? Oh, look at that. Okay, we will let this finish to see the results. This is the model that I'm printing right now. And if we look at this, it's only gonna take 20 minutes. So for speed, I use 250 as the first layer, and then the rest is gonna be 600 millimeters per second. I increased the acceleration to its maximum. Even though Elegoo CC only up to 500 millimeters per second, I just crank it to 600. If we look at the key up here, I go to a speed, maximum is 600. And if we look down here, it is at 600 for printing almost everything, which is pretty amazing. I'm gonna show you my filament setting right here. So this is the filament setting. Printing temperature is 270. Bed temperature is 70. Max volumetric speed is 50. And then for cooling, in order to achieve this, there are some things in cooling that is very crucial in order to achieve this. So the max fan speed threshold, the layer time, you have to make this number very low. If not, then it's gonna take up to this amount of seconds in order to finish one layer. So each layer only lasts 1 second. So that's how I was able to get print so fast and print minimum speed 500. That also matters a lot. So now I'm gonna change the filament and the process setting here to the regular. And look at this, layer time is 84 seconds, which I forgot to show you guys, but let's go back really quick. The max layer time is only 17 seconds. That makes a huge difference. 39 minutes, which is double the amount of time that we can print this articulate fish versus printing really fast. Those test model was amazing. All the fast printing speed and stuff like that was amazing, and it was super fun to put the Elegoo 3D printer to its maximum potential for printing the fastest. Max out everything is amazing. I highly recommend Micro Swiss nozzle. They are really good. Even though it's a little bit more expensive, the quality, the flow, and everything about it, I think it's just worth it. Plus, you can get 10% off by using the code SCRATCH10 from all the product on Micro Swiss. But that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because more amazing videos like this is coming. Leave a comment down below. Have you bought Micro Swiss Hotend? Is it good? Is it bad? What's your opinion on it? If you haven't yet become a member of the YouTube channel, it helps me tremendously. Helps me get these kind of stuff for you guys out there. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep on 3D printing.